Know the source, and you can eliminate the problem. That is nowhere more important than in our everyday battle against temptation. You'll not only find out why, but how to win that battle in this episode of 5 Minutes Closer. I'm Vaughn Weatherford, and this is 5 Minutes Closer. For the next 5 minutes, let's explore some biblical truths and apply them to your life. No podcast, including this one, can transform your life or give you what you really need. Only Jesus can do that. You can find out why in what I've called the first five episodes of 5 Minutes Closer. Each following episode explores scriptural truths that, if you follow them, will bring you 5 minutes closer to the person God created you to be. Let's see if we can get you 5 minutes closer. In college, I lived in a house with 5 other guys. At least that was the original plan. We soon discovered we had some extra roommates. Rats. Our landlord called an exterminator who came out and put some traps around the house, but he told us they wouldn't do any good until we discovered where the rats were entering the house. So one night we chased a rat through the living room, into the dining room, and under a kitchen cabinet. After a few minutes and an extensive debate about who was going to do so, one of us looked into the cabinet where we last saw the rat. Inside, we didn't find a rat, but we did find a large rat-sized hole leading into the backyard. After nailing a piece of tin over the hole, we never saw another rat. I learned a great lesson that day. Knowing the source is the first step to eliminating the problem. No matter how many rats we caught until we covered up that hole, we would never get rid of them. James tells believers the same thing about temptation. In James chapter 1, verse 13 through 15, the Bible says, "Let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, and he himself tempts no one. But each person is tempted when he is lured and enticed by his own desire. Then desire, when it has conceived, gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is fully grown, brings forth death." First, the Bible says we need to know what the source is not. The people of James's day faced tremendous persecution, and it's not surprising that some of them had questioned if following Christ had been the right decision. Their life seemed worse, not better. James reminds them that God is not the source of our temptation. He says the source is a little closer to home. James identifies the source as each person is tempted when he is lured and enticed by his own desire. Ouch! James outlines the progression of temptation in our life. Sin begins with our own desire to detour from God's command for our life. That desire entices us, it traps us, and it drags us away from God's will. Once we start following that path, the desire then leads us into sin. And that only has one outcome. It gives birth to death. We don't need a better life. We need a completely new start. We need a new birth. That new life is only found in a personal, saving relationship with Jesus Christ. James invites us to take a look at the temptations we face in life. And when we do, we'll see that they all originate in the same place over and over and over again. We don't need to just try harder. We need a new life. We need a complete change. And we'll find out where exactly that change is found in the next episode of 5 Minutes Closer. My prayer is that these 5 minutes have challenged you, inspired you, and caused you to consider applying God's message for your life from His Word. To find out more, visit our website at 5minutescloser.com. Join me next time to see if we can get you 5 minutes closer.